Hey, what's up, guys? It's me. I just want to take you through some of the poverty that we see in the cross-examination in Senzo Meyiwa's trial. I want you to look at the context of what I'm about to show you so that you can see that some of these lawyers are really wasting time. Justice delayed is justice denied. This trial has been going on for far too long, and some of the reasons, of course, are known to all of us, such as the postponement, as the changing of judges. But now that the trial is going on, you get the impression that some of the line of questioning is completely useless and is unwarranted. Listen to this. I want you to pay attention to Mr. Mnisi's line of questioning here.
I ask you the following.
X2.
Is it correct that when an officer comes to the police station to request for a firearm for purposes of investigation, the custodian, that's now the person in whose possession the firearm is at the police station, who in this instance would be the gentleman that is, or the lady responsible for the SAP 13, he will also, or she will also have to countersign as an acknowledgement that this firearm has been handed out.
Ngabe kuyona inqubo ke leyo ukuthi nango phela iqala iIO uzothatha isibhamu khona lapha na SAP 13.
Now, I want you to note that he is asking a question because he doesn't understand the process, right? So this police officer has to explain to him if what he had paraventure explained just now is an incorrect process. So it may be that his question requires a yes or no, but also if the question is based on a wrong understanding of a process, then it does not require a yes and no. It requires a proper explanation, right? This is very important. Now listen to this.
Ona oqaphe iSAP 13 ngaba ke ubaba noma umama ogade khona lapha. Uma lona esayinela ukuskipha naye ufanele ukuthi asayine uqinisekisa ke okanye ukusho ukuthi sakhishwa yena ekhona ufanele ukuthi asayine lo qaphi iSAP 13 naye
okwenzekayo lana ke njengamanje
No. Just before you tell me about okwenzekalayo, is that what is supposed to happen?
futhi ufuna ukwazi ukuthi ngabe yilokho okufanele ukuthi kwenzeke na abanye amazwe ufuna ukwazi ukuthi yebo noma cha
if isibhamu siyabuya or siyahamba
uthi isibhamu siyakhishwa iphoyisa liyafika lizosithatha lona ke okuyena obheke SAP 13 ngabe naye ufanele ukuthi masiphuma leso sibhamu asayine naye phansi uqinisekisa ke ukuthi saphuma ngaphansi kwehlo lakhe ngamanye amazwi
ngoba lento yenzeka about dala 2015
No, Mr.
bekungenzeki ukuthi umuntu asayinele isibhamu lo sebenze 13
bengenza na
uma siphuma isibhamu awusayineli ngalezi akhathi kodwa ku-implementiwe manje it's a new implementation esho there is a form unfortunately there is a form abayi-implementile national ukuthi manje this is the form okufuneka isetshenziswe where both of you need to sign. Now the handing over.
Can you see that he is now getting a new insight because he has allowed the client to answer? He has stopped patronizing the client by keeping on saying, before you say that, no. You could see that he didn't want to allow him to answer, but he has somehow applied self-restraint to allow the client to answer. The client may not have a diction or an adequate vocabulary to answer. The answer to his question is yes and no. Then he is going to ask, what do you mean by that? No, in the sense that during this period to this period, that never used to happen. Yes, in the sense that since this period to this period, it was then implemented. Can you see that? But once again, that just depends on how much exposed a person and how much arsenal do they have at their disposal in terms of vocabulary? But I'm grateful that he allowed him to explain, because then once you ask a question, your intention is to get an answer, and you don't necessarily prescribe the type of an answer which lawyers like to do, that yes or no. Yes or no, when the answer is not yes or no, is disingenuous. Let us proceed.
And the receiver and the handing back and the receiver.
Okay.
Now, this is happening only now.
Yes.
There is a form that has been implemented.
Yes.
It was issued by the head office.
Yes.
That whenever there's a person that comes to book out the firearm,
Yes.
that form must be filled in. Together, you and the person that is booking out must then sign. Even upon the return of the particular firearm,
Yes.
you and the person that is bringing back the firearm must also sign. But back in the years, that was not happening. It is only happening now.
The form by out is a temporary receipt form.
That form is called temporary receipt form.
So before Mr. Mnisi now, Mr. Mnisi asks his next question. This is the next question he's supposed to ask. In terms of dates, when was this implementation? Why is that important? It's going to assist him to know exactly how to ask his next question, that the witness may not be hiding behind a broomstick. So now that the witness has told him that there was a time where such a process was allowed, that the custodian would not sign, but only the IO would sign. Okay, and then the head office gave us this instruction. When was that instruction? Because that is significantly important, because whatever question he's going to ask now is going to be informed by that. But if he doesn't ask that question as to when was this implementation, he's going to ask a wrong question, basically, because his question will be premised. Logically, it will be premised on false assumptions on his part. Let me demonstrate the example of that. Listen to his question.
You have told this court that on the 20th of July 2017, no, listen to me, Mr. Mjali, listen to me.
Yes.
Yes. On the 20th of July, when Mr. Mangena came when the person, you did not even know, actually you knew it was Mr. Mangena, but you did not know that he was forensic, he was a ballistic expert.
Yeah.
When he came to fetch the firearm, it was in your presence.
Uma eza ke ngoba ngaleso sikhathi uma ngena makeza ubungazi ukuthi lo mlisa lona okanye lo muntu lona ke uyi personnel yase forensic or ballistic. Uzile wazothatha ke lengxenye yokufakaza le exhibit wena ukhona uqobo lwakho.
Yebo kunjalo.
It is.
Did you hear that? 28th July 2017. But was the head office instruction already implemented or not at that time? He asked this question without that knowledge. Can you see that? Now, I just want to show you the false premise upon which this question is asked. Let's proceed.
So, yes.
In other words, it is you who gave him the exhibit that he came to fetch.
Ngabanye amazwi wena ke wamnikeza leyo exhibit ebezile ukuthi azoyithatha.
Yebo.
Yes, sir.
And that process of fetching of that exhibit by Mr. Mangena was also noted in the relevant register.
Kanti ke leyo nqubo yokuthi lona uma ngena eze azothatha leyo ngxenye yobufakazi yabhaleka phansi nayo kwi register.
Yebo.
Yes.
Mr. Mangena signed.
Uma ngena wasuyasayina.
Yebo kunjalo.
It is indeed so.
As an acknowledgement of receipt of that item that it came to take.
Ngesiqinisekiso ke sokuthi uyitholile lento abezoyifuna khona lapha yana.
Yebo.
That is correct.
Did you sign?
When you was
before he even answered, why was he supposed to sign? Can you see that? I said I wanted to demonstrate to you what is a false premise in logic. And these guys are supposed to be experts on the subject matter in terms of they do study it at varsity. He did not ask the instruction from the head office, when was it supposed to be implemented? But then he goes and asks a question that in 2017, 20th of July, when Mr. Mangena came to fetch this, he signed. Did you sign? You can't ask that question without knowing when was the implementation from the head office, because it may be that he didn't need to sign. You see? So it is important for you to know when was the implementation. Now that he's already told you that there was a time where we didn't sign because we were not required to, and now there is this new form which we have to sign as a custodian, but that is new, that is something new. Can you see that? So his question is premised on a false assumption that the implementation from the head office was already implemented in the 20th of July 2017. You can't ask questions like that. Remove the false premises, create certainty. That way you are able to corner the witness. Okay, let's proceed then.
No, I did not sign. Ngesiqinisekiso-ke sokuthi uyitholile le ndaba ezoyifuna khona laphayana.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Did you sign?
When you were signed?
No.
I did not sign.
Why?
Ingani ungazange wasayina?
Ingoba ngizoyibeka nje kanje ukuthi wayengekho isignature yami la ma ungabheka lama entry.
I'm not asking
Why
sorry,
my signature is not there? If you have a look at the entries here.
Sorry.
Let the witness explain. Now you're stopping him.
He just asked the client, the witness, did you sign? The witness says no. Then he asked, why did you not sign? The witness is trying to explain. He's saying, no, that's not what I'm asking you. Remember, how would we know that he has signed? Through the evidence of his signature in the register. So there's no way or universe in which we could argue that I'm not asking you why your signature is not in the register. Can you see that? But that's exactly what becomes his argument. Hence, I said initially, when I started this video, sometimes these guys demonstrate that they are not listening to the people that they are asking the questions. They are just asking a question in preparation for the next one, and so on and so forth. Right? And that is why you find that this judge has to presently exert himself, come through and say, allow the witness to answer the question, because the witness is basically giving him exactly the answer that he asked for. Why did you not sign? Now, the answer to why did you not sign cannot be yes, cannot be no. It has to be reasons for not signing.
Mr. Msia, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mnisi, let the witness explain. He wants to explain.
No, but the question is coming from me.
Right, that's how he's answering it. The other day, you gave me some lecture on what a witness is not allowed to choose and choose. Now, this one selects or chooses to explain. Let him do so.
But my lord, the question is, I'm not asking this witness whether or not he signed on the register. There, I'm asking him whether he signed or not. And then he's saying the reason why my signature is not in the registers. That's not my question. My question is, you say you did not sign. And you say yes. Now my question is, why did you not sign? I'm not asking you, why is it so that your signature is not appearing on the registers? Do you understand my question?
I'm sorry, guys, but that's foolishness. The evidence of signature is the register. Without the signature on the register, the witness, whether the witness claims, whether the witness claims whether to have signed or not, it's immaterial if the signature does not appear on the register. We have no evidence of him signing. but hence the witness therefore is going to the register. So for you to argue that I did not ask you why is your signature not on the register, I asked you why did you not sign? Come on, that's absolute nonsense. Nevertheless, can't believe this.
I heard you clearly.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard you clearly.
Why did you not sign? Forget about the register. I will still come to the register. Why did you not sign?
Because angizange sayine ngoba wayesifaka futhi sikukhona umuntu ozosithatha ahambe naso same time. So sasihlalanga even 5 minutes leso sibhamu. Under my care, everything was done on a table.
Because it was booked in, and immediately, not even 5 minutes had passed after it was booked back. Then it was taken, and all the transaction happened on my table, so it didn't take more than 5 minutes under my watch.
Maybe you did not understand my question, Mr. Mchali. Let me take it very slow. On the 20th of July 2020, when Mangena
Did you hear that? Now it's 20th July 2020. Initially it was 20th July 2017. Do you see that? So he doesn't even know which year is he asking for. Can you see that? But let's proceed. Let's allow him, because the witness clearly heard what he said. And we are now going to discover that what the witness had initially explained to say that we were not required to sign at that time is applicable here. Precisely because he went into this tangent, this line of questioning, without a proper examination. Because once you are told by the witness, the answer is yes or no, there is a dispensation where we were not required to sign, and then there is now a new dispensation in which we are required to sign. Then yours is to ascertain when did the new dispensation kick in. And then you look at your dates that, okay, Mangena came to fetch this thing on the 20th July 2017. It was within that dispensation where they were not required to sign. Therefore, my question will be invalid. I'll be wasting time here. Then you don't ask that question. Can you see that? He would have been able to decipher that himself as a lawyer, but sometimes I get the impression that these guys are in a box. They must ask these questions no matter how foolish they are. You know, we've heard somebody in this court asking Togozis whether when he ran through the door, was the door closed or did he open the door? You get the point? Those are questions you don't expect from people who spend 5 years at university and 3 years training. No, 1,000 times no. But let's hear out what the witness is going to say to this ridiculous question.
Mr. Mangena came to fetch the firearm.
Day 20 is July 2020. Umangena mageza ezothatha isibhamu, ezobhuka out isibhamu.
Did Mr. Mangena sign as an indication of the fact that I am now receiving this firearm, I'm taking it away?
Ubaba Mangena wasayina uqinisekisa ukuthi ngiyasithatha ke lesi sibhamu ngihamba ngaso. Ngabe kunjalo?
Eba kunjalo.
It is so, yes.
Thank you. Did you sign?
No. Tika azangi sign.
Why did you not sign?
Awusayinanga yini?
We didn't sign. We assign sayisibhala nje ukuthi item so and so is booked out to Pretoria by so and so. And lo muntu uyasayina ngoba uye manje in charge for that exhibit.
Normally we don't sign. We will only mention that item such and such or item so and so was taken by such and such a person, maybe booking it out, going to Pretoria. We don't, and that person is the one that signs. We don't sign.
You additionally elected this temporary receipt which has been implemented now.
That is the reason why the National Office had introduced this temporary receipt form, which is being implemented now.
Because babalekele wona labaphutha lawenzekayo.
Because they were trying to curb these errors that were taking place in the SAP 13.
So what you're saying is, when the firearm, as per your explanation, is booked out, the person who is booking out the firearm was not expected to sign. It was only the person who was receiving the firearm was expected to sign.
Okushoyo yilokho ke ukuthi lona oskiphayo isibhamu bengalindelekile kuyena ukuthi makasayine. Lona ke ostartayo uyena ke bekulindelekile kuyena ukuthi makasayine njengoba istarta ke lesi sibhamu. Usho njalo. Lekusetshenzwa kanjani?
Hayi ke siyilungise.
Let's correct this.
Siyilungise ngosengadoda.
Your lordship.
Mina asikho isidingo sokubhuka out isibhamu ngisise FSL.
Now,
as SAP 13.
Now, as an SAP 13 personnel, there is no need for me to can book out the firearm and take it to FSL or ballistic.
A responsible IO of that case uyokumele azosibhuka out from the story. Yena usibhuka out usisaphi either ballistic or further investigation.
Now, the responsible IO is the very person that will have to come and book it out, be it that he is taking it to ballistics or for further investigations. He is the same person that has to book it out.
Uyokumele asayinele ngoba sizoba kwi-position yakhe.
He is the very person that has to sign for it because it will remain in his possession.
So that masilahleka sibuzwe kuyena.
So that if it gets missing or it gets lost, he should be the person that is going to be asked about it.
Yiko ke mina kungamele ngisayine ukuthi book out ngoba ngathi nje book out mina usho ukuthi sikwi-position yami.
Now that is the reason why I shouldn't sign the booking out, because that would then entail it is now in my possession if I sign against the book out of that particular item.
Thank you.
What you have on?
Were you not even required to make a note in the register that such a firearm has been booked out, or it was taken by, for instance, in this case, Mr. Mangena, for ballistic analysis?
Bengalindela ukuthi wena ukwenza lokho ukuthi ingxenye enjena ke yophakathi okanye exhibit yakhishwa okanye yabhukwa out nguMangena ukuze ayokwenza aqhubeke ayospenya lesi sibhamu. No,
bekungenzeki kanjalo esikhathini esidlule.
No, but previously that is not how the procedure was.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are following this. He is saying thank you. He just wasted so many minutes asking irrelevant questions, because when he asked, did you sign? And he expected, and the client said no, and then he said why, and the client was trying to explain, and he expected the client to say yes or no, and the client was explaining the two different dispensations that existed. When he got from the witness those two different dispensations, his correct question should have been, when was this one implemented? Once he knows that date, then he looks at the date of Mangena coming through to fetch the weapon. Then he can ask that question if Mangena fetched the weapon in the new dispensation. But if Mangena fetched the weapon in the old dispensation, this line of questioning is invalid completely. Now he's saying thank you because he has an egg on his face. He realized that the very thing that the witness has explained to him is what has materialized over here, right? So that's basically movement, but no progress. Can you see that? This has been my problem with this trial. There's a lot of movement here. People are confusing activity with progress. Can you see that? Okay, guys, I'm gonna close it here. You tell me what you think. I really genuinely hope, but this, look, it's not that deep. So I don't even have to say I hope you got it, because I'm sure you got it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, guys, like the video. Don't forget to like the video. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. assist me with the growth of this channel. I really would appreciate that. Okay, cheers. Ciao, ciao. See you in the next video.